Genetically modified crops now face the prospect of being banned outright in the EU. The potential prohibition, which still needs council approval, comes after MEPs overwhelmingly backed a draft bill on Tuesday to allow member states to halt the cultivation of GM produce. Individual countries would simply be able to cite environmental reasons. In the original directive, there were plans to study so-called reception points, the places for planting. These studies were never carried out, but in Europe such reception points can be very different. In Italy or Sweden, for example, environments are not the same, even the plants are different. My proposal is to look at these type of considerations, which cannot be assessed for Europe as a whole. In Belgium, opposition to GM in French-speaking Wallonia is strong compared to the country's Dutch region of Flanders, where authorities are more tolerant. The genetically modified potatoes grown in this Flemish field don't need pesticides. Fiercely opposed to such methods, anti-GM activists stormed the field about a month ago. This scientist, however, insists their fears are unfounded and there is no risk of contamination.
For this trial here, this field trial, we took all precautions to prevent this outcrossing. I know that activists are claiming that there will be outcrossing. For example, we had questions on bees, etc., honeybees. But honeybees, you have to know, they do not fly on potato.
But what about other crops, not just potatoes?
Last year we made an experiment and we clearly demonstrated that a distance of 50 meters between a GM field and a non-GM field is absolutely sufficient.
In Belgium's French-speaking Wallonia, the GM buffer zone is 600 metres, 12 times more than in Flanders. But what if one day genetically modified potatoes become commonplace? How would people like their chips? With or without GM?
Definitely without.